Good evening, I'm Praram Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. 3,339 test positive for dengue in Nepal. All three tiers of the government appeal for caution. Separate desk for dengue treatment to be established in federal hospitals. Complaints of financial crimes pile up at police units. Over 13,000 cases of banking fraud reported in just 1 year. Preparations underway for a separate probe bureau. A UN team to visit Bangladesh to investigate the violence erupted against reservations. A case filed against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for allegedly committing genocide and crimes against humanity. And ANFA unable to finalize the venue for SAF Under-20 Championship despite only 3 days remaining for the tournament. Nepali team busy in preparations for the mega event. The Koshi Province Health Ministry has urged people to adopt preventive measures following rise in dengue infection in Morang. Rise in cases of dengue has been reported in Pathri, Sonistare and Letang municipality. 327 individuals have tested positive to dengue in Letang municipality and 14 tested positive in Pathri, Sonistare. The Province Health Ministry held a discussion in this regard and urged those concerned to intensify the Identify and Destroy Mosquitoes campaign. The general public have been urged to bury the pits around the houses and cover water tanks, drums and buckets among others to prevent mosquito breeding. Change in the weather condition has increased the number of patients suffering from dengue, scrub typhus and diarrhea among other ailments. Lack of bed has also surfaced as a problem for patients requiring medical treatment with admission at the hospitals. In absence of adequate beds, the patients are being treated at floors and passages of the hospital buildings as well. District Hospital Sangasava has 50 beds. Patients of Sangasava and northern parts of neighboring Bhojpur district reach this hospital. Around 300 patients reach the hospital for outpatient department OPD services, in addition to 60 patients with emergency cases on a daily basis. Of them, most patients are required to be admitted at the hospital. As the well-facilitated hospital building has not been completed on time, the patients are being treated on the floor and the passage of the existing building. The number of dengue patients and typhoid have increased in Mirtarai region as patients are flocking the Narayani hospital. The hospital has been receiving on average 700 patients on a daily basis. The Ministry of Health and Population is to set up separate desk for treatment of dengue at federal hospitals. At an interaction with the mayors of all metropolises and municipalities and health officials of the Kathmandu Valley on curbing dengue infections, Minister for Health and Population Pradeep Paudel said that a separate desk is to be set up for treatment of dengue patients. Minister Paudel has also identified the need for monitoring the academic institutions, hospitals, vegetable markets and other public places to curb dengue infections. He went on to add that the federal, provincial and local governments had to collaborate to increase public awareness. With 3,339 dengue infections, 2 deaths have been reported because of dengue so far this year. Despite the government claim of efforts to curb dengue infection, measures have yet to produce results. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Poll.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we were asked, who is responsible for the petty condition of the Dashrath Stadium? 48% were for A, National Sports Council, 23% were for B, the All Nepal Football Association, and 29% were for C, Ministry of Youth and Sports. And here is our today's question. Why have campaigns to control dengue not been effective? Your options are A, lack of coordination, B, feeble implementation, and C, lack of awareness. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Of the many complaints received by Nepal police, the number of financial crimes has been the highest in recent years, highlighting on the complexity of the nature of crime. However, there is a lack of dedicated mechanism to address the particular type of crime. Based on the central data of the Nepal police, complaints of banking fraud has been on rise in recent time. In the Nepali fiscal year 2079-80, 46,902 criminal cases were filed, which went up by 59,203 last year. The highest 13,263 of the cases were related to banking and financial frauds. This, the police say, has added challenges in investigation and highlighted the need for a separate specialized bureau. Some 8 months ago, the Nepal Police Headquarters had corresponded with the Home Ministry demanding for a separate bureau, and preparations are now underway for the same. In the past 1 year, 1,080 have been arrested in banking fraud, while 12,350 have been absconding. It may be recalled the police had the toughest challenge in tracking the 122 billion rupees transacted online by two companies involved in the 60-kilogram gold scandal. The Ministry of Home Affairs has said regulation and directive are being prepared to form a separate bureau for financial crimes. The nature of financial crimes is as such that it requires in-depth investigation, often taking a long time. The police hence required adequate human resource to track down financial transactions and the mechanism involved in the crime. In addition to that, there is a need to make the entity tech-friendly, as many crimes are taking place online. In our public voice segment, we asked in several provinces what type of measures have they been taking to avoid financial frauds. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
विभिन्न चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ मान्छेहरु ठगिरहेको अवस्थामा हामीले चाहिँ त्यस्ता उहरु चाहिँ आधिकारिक हो हैन किनभने बैंक तथा वित्तीय संस्थाले दिने कति हो त्यो इन्टरनेटमा पनि खोज्न पाइन्छ इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट कति छ भनेर
हामी आफू कुन संस्थामा कस्तोमा लगानी गर्ने भनेर आफैमा निर्भर हुन पर्यो
मोबाइल बैंकिङ बैंकहरुसँग कारोबार गर्दा फेरि हामीले सावधानीपूर्वक काम गर्नुपर्छ
नचिनेको मान्छेसँग कारोबार नगर्ने चिनेको मान्छेमा विश्वास गरेर चिनेको मान्छेसँग कारोबार गर्ने
पैसा कमाउने दौडमा एकले अर्काले ठग्ने प्रवृत्ति दिन प्रतिदिन बढिरहेको छ त्यसकारण त्यहाँ इन्भल्भ हुनु भन्दा पहिला राम्रोसँग जाँचबुझ गरेर बुझेर मात्र गर्ने
कुनै चिठै काटेको हुँदैन तपाईलाई यसरी यति पैसा परेको छ भन्ने खालको यस्तो खालको आउँछ मोबाइलमा अनि फोन पनि आउँछ त्यस्तोहरु चाहिँ फेक हुन्छ
आफूले गर्ने काममा चाहिँ जहिले पनि सजग भएर सतर्क भएर चाहिँ काम गर्नुपर्छ
पहिला त आफै शिक्षित हुनु पर्यो आफूले जान्न पर्यो अब यो सबै कुरामा चाहिँ सचेत हुनु पर्यो
कुनै पनि ठाउँमा यस्तो खालको यो छ यो चाहिँ सुविधा पाइदैछ भने के रहेछ वास्तविकता नबुझी त्यो घटनालाई चाहिँ लिएर म आत्तिएर हताशमा चाहिँ गएर
यसको निराकरण गर्नेको राज्यले हो यो नेपाली जनताको तलब भत्ता खाएर बसेर जुन ब्युरोक्रेसीले काम गर्दैन
सुशासनमा रहनु पर्यो र अब निकायहरु पनि सुशासित हुनु पर्यो त्यही हो
राज्यसँग मलाई चाहिँ यो कम्पनीले ठग्यो भनेर कानुनी बाटोसम्म जानको लागि चाहिँ आफूसँग प्रमाणहरु पहिल्यै जुटाएर राख्ने
It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. The price of gold has reached record high at over 150,000 rupees. Businesses have, as a result, stopped purchasing gold. However, transactions in the market have remained unchanged, which experts say indicates that the market has been using smuggled gold as monitoring remains feeble. The wedding season of Nepali month of Asar has come to an end, but another wedding season and festivities are fast approaching. As a result, gold transactions have not reduced. Meanwhile, businesses have not purchased gold from banks, raising questions on how the supply is being sustained. Banks at the moment have 2 quintals of gold in deposit. Last year, the government had given banks a purchase quota of 7,300 kilograms of gold. However, businesses only purchased around 3,200 kilograms. Smuggled gold gives at least 28,000 savings per kilogram, as 20% customs tax are not paid. This has encouraged illegal supply of the precious yellow metal. It can be recalled, even recently, the police have confiscated illegal gold on several occasions. The price for gold is determined by the international market, which is going up because of the Russia-Ukraine war and the ongoing Cold War between US and China. If we are to look at the price in neighboring nation India, a 6% customs is applied on gold, which is 20% for Nepal. This, analysts say, has encouraged smuggling as well. Nepal receives illegal gold from China, India and Gulf nations that eventually make it to gold shops. The share market has made another record transaction today with almost 30 billion rupees worth of shares traded. The total transaction today stood at 29 billion 950 million rupees, breaking Monday's record high of 27 billion 240 million rupees. The NEPSA index rose by 43.5 points and settled at 3,081 points. Banking sector witnessed the highest increment. The share value of 105 companies increased while 135 went down today. Now, with the objective of producing fertilizers and using biogas by using the waste produced from urban areas, 22 local governments have established plans in private-public partnership. Now, despite the federal government formulating laws and assigning the responsibility to the province government, working procedures are yet to be formulated by the provinces, because of which the expected consumption of energy produced from such plants have yet to be achieved. Serious questions have been raised on the investment, as the energy produced from such plants are going to waste. 200 million rupees has been invested for a biogas plant by Next Era Energy of Damak Jhapa. Despite receiving 52.9 million rupees in aid from the Alternative Energy Promotion Center, the company has not been able to proceed with works because of shortage of funds, and its operators are looking for loans from the banks. However, the banks not convinced with their project, the operators are facing problems. Kankai Birta Arjun Renewal Project, established with joint investment from Kankai, Birta Mode and Arjundara municipalities, share a similar plight. Despite the gas produced from the plant being sold to a few hotels, much of the production is going to waste. Representatives of the local government have said that operating the project would be difficult if ownership is not taken by the federal and the provincial governments. Biogas of around 110 million rupees has gone to waste in the period of 2 years. Biogas production has also begun with the objective of management of degradable waste of Itahari and Dharan. West End Enviro Management Private Limited, assigned the responsibility of management of waste of Itahari, can produce 8 tons of gas and 6 tons of organic fertilizers every day. Around 100 cylinders of gas has been produced from the project, which is still in its pilot phase. The plant, which came into operation in Dharan last year, has the capacity of processing 50 tons of waste every day. Full-scale operation of the plant can produce 2,000 kilos of gas. However, the plant has yet to operate in its full capacity. Elsewhere, stakeholders have remained indifferent in promotion of fertilizers and biogas produced by the organic fertilizer and biogas plant established at an investment of 150 million rupees in partnership with the local government, province government and the World Bank in Karnali province capital Surkhet. The plant has the capacity of producing 720 kilograms CNG gas and 9 tons of fertilizers. However, the operators have shared grievances regarding the lack of support from the local government in collection of waste and supply to the farmers. The plant of Surkhet, which is to be handed over to the local level after 20 years, is currently producing biogas enough for 200 households, but the gas is being used only by a few vehicles at the moment. Now, despite announcing plans to make the province organic, Karnali government has failed to promote the organic fertilizer produced from the plant. Time now for the international news. The United Nations UN team will soon visit Bangladesh to investigate the violence erupted against reservations and the death of a large number of protesters. According to the Daily Star, UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk informed the head of the interim government of Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus, about his team to visit Bangladesh soon. Yunus also mentioned that he had a conversation with the head of human rights on the matter and said that an investigation will be starting soon under the leadership of the United Nations. Chaos erupted in Bangladesh after outgoing Prime Minister Hasina resigned and moved towards India. More than 300 people were killed in anti-government protests. Likewise, it is mentioned in the Bangladeshi media that a case has been registered against the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 8 others in the International Criminal Tribunal (ICT) for committing genocide and crimes against humanity. According to local media, the hearing will be done by the International Criminal Court. Meanwhile, there was a clash between the activists of Awami League and Bangladesh Nationalists Party BNP, Jamaat-e-Islam, who were celebrating the day of mourning for the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founder of Bangladesh. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he hoped for restoration of peace, stability and the safety of minorities, especially Hindus, in neighboring Bangladesh, where violent protests erupted last month. Speaking during his Independence Day celebrations address at the 17th century Red Fort in New Delhi, Modi said that India wants its neighbors to walk in the path of peace and prosperity. Hundreds of Bangladeshi Hindus tried unsuccessfully to flee to India last week after homes and businesses of the minority community were vandalized following the overthrowing of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on 5th of August. Hindus, who make up about 8% of Bangladesh's population of 170 million, have traditionally supported former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's Awami League party, which sparked people's anger after violent clashes between anti-quota protesters and security forces last month. Meanwhile, addressing from the Red Fort, Modi strongly advocated for the concept of one nation, one election and called on political parties to unite in achieving this goal, arguing that frequent elections are impeding national progress. On the occasion of Independence Day, he said that his government was determined to develop India by the year 2047. We have more news coming up, but right now it is time for yet another show.
Sports news.
With only 3 days remaining for the beginning of the SAF Under-20 Championship, hosts the All Nepal Football Association ANFA have yet to conclude on the venue for the tournament. Organizing a press conference today, the ANFA has said that the venue for the tournament remains to be decided. The National Football Governing Body has said that the venue would be certain only after the inspection from the match commissioner. Based on the initial plan, the tournament was to be played at the Dashrath Stadium, Chassel Ground and the ANFA complex in Saddabato. However, as the Chassel Ground was flooded, it can no longer host any tournaments. The South Asian Football Federation had then issued permits for the Dashrath Stadium and ANFA complex to host the matches of the tournament. But the condition of the pitch of the Dashrath Stadium has deteriorated after Tuesday's match between Paro FC of Bhutan and Church Boys United of Nepal. The Dashrath Stadium does not have a proper drainage system. Therefore, the SAF has said that matches cannot be played at the Dashrath Stadium if heavy rainfall occurs during the tournament. And with only 3 days remaining for the SAF Under-20 Championship to be held in Nepal, the age group team of host Nepal are busy in final preparations. The squad, which began training with 40 players a month ago, has now been trimmed to 23 members. The age group team had played practice matches with Church Boys and Trivandrum Army Club as well. Now, with good preparation and support from the home crowd, head coach Arjun Shrestha has claimed that the team will win the tournament. Nepal Under-20 team are prepared for the SAF Under-20 Championship. A total of 6 nations, excluding Pakistan, are to compete at the tournament, which will run for 10 days. Nepal Under-20 team had played practice matches against Church Boys and Trivandrum Army Club ahead of the tournament. With good preparation, the players have claimed that they have a good chance of winning the tournament. Despite having won Under-18 and Under-19 SAF championships, Nepal have yet to win the Under-20 version of the tournament. Nepal had finished third at the first edition of the Under-20 championship held in India back in 2022. However, with the support of the home crowd, head coach Arjun Shrestha has claimed that Nepal would lift the trophy. Participating nations have been divided into 2 groups for the tournament. Hosts Nepal are placed in Group A alongside Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, while Group B includes India, Bhutan and the Maldives. Nepal are to begin their tournament with a clash against Sri Lanka in the inaugural match on Sunday, 18th August, followed by the match against Bangladesh on Thursday, 22nd August. First semi-final of the tournament is slated for Sunday, 25th of August. The second semi-final will be played a day later, while the tournament final will be played on Wednesday, the 28th of August. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.